Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and if you're watching this video, that means that you're interested in 3 different tips on how to drive in winter when you're driving a tractor trailer. Alright, so if you're watching this video, that means it's winter time and it's time to make sure that you're safe. So whether you're driving in the cold, snowy of Alaska and maybe in those ice road truckers, or maybe you're driving in winter time and you're going to Florida and it's sunny outside, either way, these tips can definitely help you out no matter where you're going. Especially if you're an over-the-road driver. I have a family friend, actually he's technically part of the family, he's an over-the-road driver, and he's told me stories where he would start his route out in the northern, probably like Idaho area, and then finish off in Florida. He actually lives in Florida. So he would go from like 30 below driving conditions to about 70 degrees in Florida. Pretty crazy. He's seen a whole bunch of stuff in one trip, and this is what you have to know if you want to be safe just like him. He's been driving for I think over 30 years and super safe guy. His name is Joe Carlos, so shout out to him. Alright, so let's talk about actual weather and driving scenarios. Step number 1 is going to be make sure you drain your air tanks daily, especially in the winter time. So what do I mean by that? Every piece of CDL, at least a Class A vehicle, is going to have air brakes. Air brakes are used instead of oil, like in your car, you're going to have oil hydraulic brakes to actually use you to stop. Instead of oil, we just transfer that to air when it comes to tractor trailers, simply because it's a lot stronger to stop 80,000 pounds when you're going 70 miles an hour, right? That being said, there's a condensation that builds up when it goes from the air compressor in your engine, which is super hot, when it moves the air into your air tanks, which can be cold in the wintertime, which means if you take hot air and make it cold really fast, liquid or water is going to come up, and that's condensation. Now it's super important that you open up the air tanks, drain that out at the end of the day, make sure all of that water comes out of that air tank, because if you don't and you leave the water in the air tank, then it's going to stay overnight, it's going to freeze, and then you're not going to be able to move. Because what's going to happen is water is going to go inside of your air lines itself or inside your air tank. It's going to clog up the line, and then if there's no air that can go through the air line itself because it's pure solid ice, then you're stuck because you cannot release your brakes and you can't move the vehicle at all. All your brakes are going to get locked up. So it's super important you drain those air tanks. That's something that we do here at Driving Academy with our instructors every single night to make sure that we have the least amount of issues as possible. So the second thing is going to be making sure you're changing your wipers, right? So when it comes to weather conditions, especially like my friend Joe Carlos, when you're going from 30 below to about 70 degree weather, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff from rain, snow, fog, and everything else in between. That being said, wipers are going to be your windows to the soul, as I say, right? So if you have the wipers going on, nice and clean, everything's good to go. However, if you got some old rusty wipers that got some bad rubber on there, in that case, you're not going to be able to see. And of course, if you can't see, it's going to make it a lot more dangerous. And the thing that really messes up vision, especially in the wintertime itself, is going to be all that salting on the road, right? So when you're in that tractor trailer, you're moving, even if you're driving on top of snow, once they salt the roads, that stuff gets everywhere, especially on the windshield. And if you get it on the windshield, it's very hard to get it off unless you have proper wipers. So very simple trick. Before it gets even worse, if you haven't changed your wipers on your car or on your tractor trailer, make sure you do that now. And then the third step is going to be make sure you watch your speed. So one thing that we teach our students here is how to follow the CDL manual. Now in the CDL manual, it states if it's raining, that means you should reduce your speed by half, which means if the speed limit is 50 miles an hour, you should go 25 miles an hour. However, if it's snowing, the CDL manual requires that you reduce your speed to 1/3 of the actual speed limit itself. Now, I'm not that good with math, so let's say if it was 60 miles an hour, half would be about 30, and then about a third would probably be around 15 to 20 miles an hour itself, right? So that means you do have to go super slow to make sure that things are running smoothly. The main reason why people have accidents is because they don't have enough time to react. And the main reason people don't have enough time to react is because they're probably going too fast. So if there is no space between you and the vehicles in front of you, make sure you slow the vehicle down so it gives you time to react and to make sure that everything is going to stay nice and safe, and especially in this winter holiday season. That being said, super important that you follow those 3 rules. If you have any comments, please comment below. Maybe you thought of something I did not think about. There's a whole bunch of other things that you can do, but we try to keep this video nice and short. If you do those 3 things, you have a much better shot of making sure you're staying safe this winter. And if you're looking to get your CDL license, you have to come to the best truck driving school in the entire country. That's here at Driving Academy, and we can guide you through all of that. All you got to do is check out our website at cdldrivingacademy.com or visit by giving us a call at 908-525-3609. We can show you how we can guarantee that we get your license and guarantee we get you a job making more money. Thanks, and have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.